The incredible journey of life. From birth, through infancy, childhood, puberty, adulthood, and a slow maturity to old age. Using the latest medical imaging, state-of-the-art modeling, and 3D computer graphics, we embark on an extraordinary voyage through the body. This is not just the story of one life. It is the story of all our lives, told from a unique perspective, deep inside the living body. Forty weeks have passed since a sperm fertilized an egg and a new life was created. A single cell has developed into a fully formed baby. But the warmth and tranquility of the womb is about to be shattered. We are about to be born. It's impossible to know exactly what it's like to be born, even though we've all been through it. It's certainly surprising. It's probably painful. What scientists do know is that at the moment of birth, we experience a surge of adrenaline even more intense than during a heart attack. This surge of adrenaline helps us live. It kickstarts our lungs into drawing their first breath. Our lungs have never breathed before. They are still filled with amniotic fluid. We're in danger of drowning. On top of the kidneys, the adrenal glands flood the bloodstream with adrenaline. Muscles we need to breathe suddenly go into spasm. Our lungs splutter into life, and we take our first breath. It's the most important breath of our life, the first of 700 million. Air rushes down the trachea, through thousands of branching tubes, into nearly 30 million tiny air sacs, the alveoli. These absorb oxygen into our blood. And draw out the carbon dioxide we exhale with every breath. Now the umbilical cord, the physical link between mother and baby, is cut. We are on our own. A baby's organs must adapt to life outside the womb. It's a challenging and risky time. Our heart, no bigger than a walnut, has already been pumping for 8 months. But in the first days of life, there's a problem with it. It has 2 holes, one in the aorta and one in the heart. In fact, these holes are not defects. They are a remnant of our life before birth, when blood circulated through a system of blood vessels to the placenta. The holes used to divert most of the blood away from our inactive lungs. But now the lungs are fully functioning, they seal up forever. Now the heart is working normally. It pumps blood through tens of thousands of miles of blood vessels. Our other organs are also coming online too. The liver performs over 500 varied jobs, from generating body heat to processing toxins. The kidney's function is to maintain the balance of water in the body. Our digestive tract must clear itself out, ready to take its first meal. Our bowels are full of digested amniotic fluid and dead cells, a sticky green, black, tarry material called meconium. It's corrosive stuff. In some babies, meconium can end up in the lungs and attack the delicate lining. Though here in the gut, meconium is harmless and is flushed out within hours. The first gulps of breast milk accelerate this process. The trauma of birth might now be over. But the business of adapting to life outside the womb has only just begun. A newborn baby in the first months of life. This is the time when we start to make sense of the world around us and begin to explore it. Infancy is a period of rapid growth, both outside and in. The human body is a miracle of microscopic design. Tiny, perfectly formed organs, each made up of billions of perfectly functioning cells. These cells are the building blocks of the body. They make us what we are. 100,000 billion cells, all working in perfect harmony. Inside every cell is the same extraordinary engine, a machine that tells each cell how to grow and what functions it must perform. It's DNA, and it's unique to every person. DNA is a chemical blueprint for who we are, the instructions that create each new person and sends them on the journey of life. DNA not only determines our looks and character, but also sets out the timeline of our lives. It decides when we grow, when we develop, when we age, and even when we die. But our life is also shaped by the environment around us and the people we share it with. Our life outside the womb is still a challenge. Even though our mothers keep us warm, we can't regulate our body temperature. It was 38 degrees in the womb. Here at home, 18-degree room temperature is a shock to the system. The problem is, the region of the brain we use for temperature control, the hypothalamus, is immature. Our infant brain is under pressure. It is already making 100 trillion simultaneous calculations every second. Our hypothalamus just can't cope with the additional task of keeping us warm as well. Right now, we're in danger of hypothermia. An infrared camera shows the struggle to keep warm. We are losing precious body heat. The yellow areas show where we lose the most. Luckily, we are born prepared. We have a special layer of tissue that keeps us warm. It's fat. Not just any old baby fat, but brown fat, normally found in hibernating animals. Much more than just an insulating layer, this fat is packed with special cells, which actively generate heat. Eventually, most of this fat melts away as the hypothalamus matures and takes over the job of temperature control. Just days old, we know almost nothing about our world. Everything we do by instinct, even breastfeeding. Our mother's milk gives us all the nutrients we need, and we drink half a litre of it every day. It's much more than the ultimate superfood. It also protects us from hidden danger. Outside the womb, there are bacteria everywhere, invisible and potentially deadly. Our day-old skin is under constant attack. There are 10 times more bacteria than human cells in and on our body. Our immune system is underdeveloped, and we can't fight infections off ourselves. Amazingly, our mother fights them for us, through her milk. The close contact between mother and baby means she absorbs the same germs that are attacking us. Her mature immune system creates antibodies to kill off these bacteria. Then, in a masterpiece of natural design, she passes those antibodies to her baby in breast milk. Until our own immune system develops, she will keep us safe. Breastfeeding builds a deep bond between mother and child, a bond that will guide us through infancy and into the outside world. this age, even a simple trip to the supermarket is a sensory overload.